Let's go.
Leonard Floyd is an interesting one. So ever since the Niners drafted Nick Bosa, they've been trying to find a bookend. And when Saleh was here, he brought in D Ford. Didn't work out. When D'Amico became the defensive coordinator, brought in Samson Ebukam. Good player. Not here anymore. With Steve Wilkes, they were scrambling. Drake Jackson, they brought in Chase Young. That guy's gone, and I don't think anyone's really thinking much about Drake Jackson anymore. And then last year, you had the Brandon Staley, Nick Sorensen experience. Nick Sorensen didn't really see to have connections. Brandon Staley had a connection with Leonard Floyd, brought him on the team. Now it seems like Staley's going to be gone, and Floyd's going to be 33. And he was always kind of an awkward fit, 3-4 guy. Had 8.5 sacks. Run defense wasn't great. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Robert Saleh will want to keep Leonard Floyd?
No. Time to move on. Little long in the tooth. You know, been there, done that.
Like almost $8 million in base salary this year. I just can't see how they can stomach that.
I don't see it. I mean, if you look at what Leonard Floyd did this year, he had 8.5 sacks. He had 42 combined tackles for 25 solo tackles and 16 QB hits. I mean, for 32 years old, kind of being a stopgap, waiting on a younger guy to actually show us more production past that, sure. But really, for me, you just got to kind of look at where a lot of this production comes from. He had 2 sacks versus Chicago.
His PFF grade, 53.5, ranked 163 out of 211 edge rushers in the NFL.
Come on, man. Let's look at it this way, man. He had 1 sack versus the Jets, 1 sack versus Arizona. He had 1 sack versus Kansas City, a sack and a half against Seattle, 2 sacks versus Chicago. All right. 2 in Green Bay. And that was it. He was done. So after Chicago, the best that you got out of him is 6 tackles combined. That's for the Rams, Miami, Detroit, and Arizona. The last month of the season, Leonard Floyd gave us 6 tackles. All right. 5 solos, if you really want to be, exact. So we need more production than that. It was okay to have him there as a name, and that's what bad teams do. Bad teams go with name recognition over actual production, right? Good teams realize that production comes before name recognition. That's why we got rid of Chase Young so quickly, because good teams realize even though you come in with big cachet, big pick numbers, what you do on the field day by day, week by week is what matters. Leonard Floyd fell off the face of the earth for the last month. A lot of what he did, if you look at it, he had a lot of big lulls in the season. I mean, he had his first sack against the Jets. His second sack wasn't until week 5 against Arizona. You know what I'm saying? So it's too far and in between. I understand if you compile 17 whole games together, you scrape the pot, you'll pick up something in the spoon. But as far as like actually being productive and somebody that can actually push our team into a fighting form, I don't see it. I think we move on from Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems pretty clear they're going to draft an edge rusher. And then, look, they got to improve their run defense. Robert Saleh isn't going to – I just don't see him starting a 3'4", 240-pound outside linebacker at defensive end when he's trying to improve the run defense. I could see him saying, Floyd, you'll come off the bench and we'll play you on third downs, but that's a lot of money for a third down designated pass rusher, and I don't even know if he would want that job. So, and I don't even know if they draft an edge rusher, that guy probably is going to be much more explosive than Leonard Floyd's. Saleh wants someone with that quick first step who can be the first guy in the pocket to disrupt it, and that's not Leonard Floyd anymore, not even close. So I just don't. I think they're going to draft the guy, and then I could see them cutting Leonard Floyd in September, like right before the season starts, when it's clear that the rookie's better than him.
They're going to Taco Charlton. They're going to give him the Taco Charlton treatment. Remember that? He came in, looked amazing for like the first couple of days. And then it was like, oh, all right, I'm hurt. I'm done for the year. And he's gone. So, yeah, I think that, the Leonard Floyd experiment was good while it lasted. But, it's like meeting somebody. It's like falling in love on like your family trip. It's like, this isn't serious. I got to go home. This is over. It's been a week.
Yeah. And
It's
also,
cool.
like once the guy who brought you into the organization leaves, all bets are off. You don't have your advocate there anymore. Like Brandon Staley was your guy. As long as Brandon Staley was the assistant head coach or whatever role, there was going to be someone at the board meeting saying, no, we need to keep Leonard. He's great. I developed him. Now that guy's gone, and Robert Saleh could say, not only my style.
Yeah, 100%.
Not only my preference.
Yeah, there's really nobody there to speak for the old dog. It's time for him to go.